Good afternoon, everybody. Merry Christmas. It's been a while. I've been off lately. I had a little bit of time out with the family and whatnot. It was my first proper break that I've had in quite a long time, so it's really, really good to get into it and just chill out and cruise. And one thing I noticed that I've been getting from a lot of people is just after Christmas, everyone's stressing out because they're like, James, I'm fucking fat. I'm fat. I ate too much. I drank too much. I'm now fat. And it's like everyone instantly thinks that because they've eaten a few too many prawns and oysters and beers and red wines and whatnot, that they're now fat. So we're going to go over that and we're going to discuss all those sorts of things. But first things first, what did you guys do for Christmas? Let me know. I want to hear about it. So I'm going to talk about what I did for Christmas in a sec. Now I'm just going to go share this in the street community right now. Just loading it up on the lappy, doing my typical multitasking things. You know I can't multitask for shit. Who we got on here right now? We've got Evan, how are you, legend? Chance, Aiden, Merry Christmas, boys. Rod, do you think you're fat already? Why do you think you're fat, my man? Blake reckons he's been fat since January 2017. That would have been about the last time you trained with me, Blake, wouldn't it? And yes, you are fat. You were fat then too. But you're a good-looking bloke, and that's all that matters. And you're married too, man. Who gives a shit when you're married? It's all over, Red Rover. Righty, I'm just sharing this up now. Excuse my multitasking inaptitude. It's terrible, I know. I wish I could multitask. I really do. It'd be absolutely amazing. It's good to be back into these lives. I've missed them. I really do enjoy doing them with you guys because we've got some epic questions. All right. And what's the stuff to do? So first things first. All right. I'm gonna kick things off with what I did for Crimbo. It was epic. So I went home back up to Newcastle, which is where I'm from. We live out on a farm. So my mum's got a farm, my dad's got a farm. So I spent a bit of time between both of those places. And it was the best. I literally put my phone down. I didn't turn on my laptop for the whole 2 days. It was like super tempting because I'm a bit of a workaholic. I kind of, work too much, and so it was super tempting for me to get onto the laptop, but I didn't. I held it down, pushed it away, left it in my car, and literally did 2 parts of fuck all. It was amazing. I ate so much food. The old girl put on a feast for us, which was absolutely mint, and I slept. And it was the absolute best thing. It's exactly what I needed to do. Because over Chrissy, a lot of people don't realise it's a time for us to utilise to rest. So I was on no supplements, I didn't train, I didn't do cardio, I didn't even worry about anything, right? Literally, all I did was just ate and ate and ate and ate, and it was absolutely amazing. And it sounds like a few more people are saying that as well. Evan's just said that he literally got loaded for the last 4 days. I hope that's loaded with food that you're referring to, Evan. If not, good on you, by the way. But yeah. It's what it's meant to be there for. It is meant to be there for recovery and eating. I mean, most of our lives in these Western lifestyles, we spent fucking stressing. It's like work, improve, and we never spend any real downtime. And that's what Chris is all about. It is the best time to unwind, chill out, and see a whole heap of people, that you don't get to spend a lot of time with, even if you don't like them terribly much. No, it's an absolutely fantastic time just to chill out. Cuzzy just said, I wish I could have got loaded on meat and salad. Mate, you could have got loaded on meat and salad. There's no reason why you can't get loaded on meat and salad. I actually send out an email to every single one of my clients, plus everybody who's on my Facebook Messenger list, and pretty much I told them, I was like, guys, eat what you like over Chrissy as long as you're not a dickhead. And that's the thing, that's what a lot of people forget. I get questions all the time. Even last year I was getting the same thing. People are saying, oh James, what do I do over Christmas? I mean, how do I not get fat over Christmas? And the thing is, you utilise those days to eat more food. Go smash some prawns, some oysters, some turkeys, whatever you want to eat, alright? Just eat an absolute shitload, but just don't eat like a dickhead. If you're hooking into all the cakes and all the gluten-y stuff, which makes you really bloat, well, you're going to be a bit of a dickhead and you're not going to look too good afterwards. I mean, that's just a fact. You and I both know that, right? It's not really that hard to see that one coming. But yeah, if you eat intelligently and just eat foods which are good for you, you'll have no issue over Christmas. And I guess this leads us now onto the next thing where people are saying, well, James, am I now fat after Christmas because I've just fucking binged my life out? So I've eaten more calories in the last 48 hours than what I have in the last 2 years. Am I now going to be fat? And the most brief, general answer that I can give you is you're probably not fat, right? You probably haven't shattered your life and your whole last 2 years of training just from 2 days of eating a copious amount of food and drinking a lot of piss. I mean, you're probably not actually going to notice that much of a difference. I mean, for starters, over training, most people won't actually be training over Christmas. Most of you wouldn't. And the thing is, you can actually go 2 weeks without training without having any noticeable loss in muscle mass or any substantial change in body composition. So, just because you didn't train on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, Boxing Day and whatnot, doesn't mean that your whole gains are just going to go out the window and you're like, oh, bugger, I worked 6 months for those bad boys and now they're gone. It's not going to happen like that at all. You will hold on to your muscle mass. As for your fat, well, we've got to look at it this way. If you consume 30,000 calories over 2 days, yeah, you're probably going to put on a little bit of fat. But at the same time, the way that you've got to look at it is that fat gain isn't just about like a day-to-day thing. So just because one day you diet and you eat in a calorie deficit and then the next day you're in a massive fat surplus doesn't mean that your body composition is going to change day by day. It's not like you're just going to instantly lose 500 grams of fat and then the next day gain 500 grams or a kilo. It's over the process of a week a week or even longer. It's a very long-term thing which your body will change. So just by having 2 days of off your plan and not following the diet, not eating well, doesn't mean that you are just going to gain an excessive amount of fat. Yes, obviously, if you really pushed it and you were going like dead set Krispy Kremes and going all out and you're getting as many calories in as possible, yes, you're probably going to get a little bit fat. And I mean, that's logic, right? But if you're doing it, if you're looking at the grand scheme of things and you sensibly just had a little bit extra on what you're going to do, what you normally do, you're going to be sweet. You're not going to have an issue in the world. You'll be just as lean today as what you were 5 days ago. So I wouldn't worry about it at all. The only issue where this comes in is your digestion getting messed up from it or not, right? If you've gone to town on absolutely all the worst foods you could think of on Christmas, right, and you're a big chubby man now and your guts bloody distended as anything, you're a watery, bloated, blubbery mess, alright, and you've really done your gut a disservice, yes, you're going to have some issues with shedding that. The thing is, your gut is the biggest regulator of how you look out of absolutely everything, okay? So it doesn't matter what calories you're eating, it doesn't matter what exercise you're doing, if your gut is shitting itself and you've really screwed with your gut, you're just not going to look good. You're going to be watery, you're going to look bloated, you're going to look fat, alright, and that's a fact, you can't get around that, alright? You cannot get around it at all. So yes, if you've ruined your gut over Christmas, well, yeah, you're not going to have a good time at all. It is going to stick with you for a while. And so I guess the next thing we've got to look onto that is if you have ruined your gut, right, what is it? What is it you put on? You'll put on a little bit of fat and you'll hold a little bit of fat. You will alter your hormones, so you'll change the way that your body stores energy, okay? The next thing that you'll do is you'll just have just a heap of water, a lot of inflammation. And so you guys will be thinking, fuck, that actually sounds kind of familiar right now. I really hit the Christmas puddings too hard and I smashed the mince pies and I smashed the brandy custard and I smashed literally everything else that I could find that's not good for me because it was Christmas. If that's you, what we're going to look at right now is we're going to look at fixing up your digestive system, okay? So we need to really focus on that. The main things that you can do in order to fix your digestive system are to rest up, okay? Rest up, sleep, recover. The more sleep you can get, the happier your digestive system is. In fact, I can even notice myself that if I do eat slightly off the plan, but I sleep an absolute shitload, the actual effects on my gut are nearly completely negated. Okay, so I literally get no negative effects whatsoever at all. Okay, the next thing going on from there is what we got to look at is if you can start eating in a way which makes your gut microbiome happy, so your gut bugs or your bacteria, the stuff that probiotics work with, if they're all happy and you can make them happy, then you can reverse a lot of the damage that you've done very, very quickly. The next one is looking at reducing the sources of inflammation. So when somebody has a dicky gut and a digestive system that's not working, the number one thing that will screw them up and make them look like shit is carbs. So if you reduce your carb intake just for a short amount of time, you'll actually notice you'll lose a lot of that fluid very, very, very quickly, and your gut symptoms will begin to improve. Okay? So if you do that, that'll be great. The next thing is you start exercising more and you start getting your blood flowing. So doing little bits of steady state cardio, HIIT cardio, weights, all those sorts of things, particularly high rep weights, you'll actually stimulate the blood flow and you'll clear out that fluid much, much quicker. I've done this with hundreds of people now, that by increasing their exercise levels and specific types of exercise, we can massively reduce fluid retention, which helps you in a big, big way, because fluid makes you look fat as anything. All right. The next thing that you can do is you can start supplementing a lot smarter. So if you start utilizing stuff like 5-HTP, GABA, all those sorts of things, you can dramatically improve how much water you're holding and how much your gut is working for you. All right. I'm going to go through, I've seen a fair few comments come through, so I'm just going to go through here and see what we've got. Yeah, guys, as well, on this too, I want you to ask any questions that you have for me whatsoever. I'm going to be going through some of the ones from the Shred community in just a tick, but if you have anything you want me to go over, it doesn't even have to be related to the topic, comment away, and I'll get it on to you. Rightio, so Collins just told us, hey bro, I hope you had a good Christmas with the friends and family. I did indeed, mate. Kept fairly strict myself with lean meats and salads for lunches and indulged with some chockies, probably a few too many. Fuck it, good attitude. I'm working through Christmas so I don't get a break at all. Yeah guys, look, that's one of the really common things, is if you just indulge in lots of meats, lots of salads, you're going to be fine. You're not going to have any body composition change whatsoever. You're absolutely sweet. Now Paul reckons he's been fat for years. And he's going to try to eat less. Mate, if you eat less, you will lose fat, alright? It's a fact. You can't get around that at all. If you eat less, you will lose a lot of fat. And he's saying, I've been watching stomach fat videos on YouTube and the associated dangers and health risks. Yeah, dude, look, there's a whole heap of risks with being fat. There's literally no benefit to being fat at all, unless you reach the age of about 70, when it is a little bit more beneficial to have more body fat. But yeah, dude, you don't want to be fat at all. Now, Mick Smith's just asked, when's the best times to take GABA? That really depends on what you want to do it for. So if you're taking GABA to improve your sleep, which it sometimes does, you want to take it before bed. If you want to take it as a muscle relaxant, you can take it through the day. Right? But in general, if you find that GABA knocks you around a bit, slows your cognitive function down, then you want to shift it towards the end of the day. GABA is a big thing that's going to, it's very, very easy to use to hack your body and to make your body work a whole heap better, just because it has so many different functions. It can improve your focus, it can improve your sleep, it can improve literally anything, man. So you've got to find the right time for you. I do that for all my guys. It's one of the new protocols we use since I work with you, Mick. But yeah, man, it's an absolutely fantastic thing for improving your digestion, right? Particularly when you're stressed. Tom Begley is going to do a 3-day festival, bro, for tomorrow, and he can't cook anything. Any tips on what I could take? Alright, so if you're going on a 3-day festival, man, the best things that you can take with you are a shitload of aminos. Those Subito Amino Supremes, that's what I'd recommend you take, because they've got BCAAs, EAAs, and electrolytes with them. So smash a whole heap of that. Take a lot of whey protein, whey, pea protein, all those sorts of things. Bring them with you. They'd be absolutely fantastic. What else should you do? If you're getting on the cans while you're on the festival, which I hope you're not, big fella, but if you are getting on the cans, the next thing you want to take is you want to bring some GABA and some 5-HTP and some inositol. Alright, so take those 3, and then perhaps for the next day, you're probably going to want to take some glutathione. If you can get some glutathione in an injection, that is a fantastic way to take glutathione. It's really, really effective, and you'll actually feel like your whole body's working a whole heap better. On top of that, you can probably take another B complex injection with you as well, if you don't mind injections. But yeah, they work really, really well, man. So that is exactly what I would recommend you take. Okay. Now, I had a question the other day, which is a little bit off topic, off the whole Christmas are you fat thing. I had a question from one of the guys who was asking me, what is the benefit of seeing a chiro? Now, a whole heap of people see chiros, physios and whatnot, and a whole heap of people rag on them, say that you don't need them whatsoever. And the thing is that if you're not seeing a chiro, physio or something like that, you're actually dramatically reducing your gains. In fact, I see my guy Jason Lamb in at St Leonard's at a joint called Tensegrity. I see him literally every single week, right? Now, I haven't seen Jason for the last couple of weeks just because our schedules haven't lined up and I've been traveling a lot. But what I can tell you right now is that my body is shitting itself without seeing him. I'm cramping up. I'm massively, massively less mobile. My pumps aren't as good in the gym. My movement patterns aren't as good in the gym. Nothing is working as well as what it was when I was seeing him regularly. So there's a huge, huge benefit to seeing chiro, physio, osteo, all those sorts of things. Right? Huge, huge benefits. They really just keep you on your A game and they keep you functioning at the optimal level. Okay? So there's the answer to that one. Right, what do we got? What do you ask, Tom? I can't see you. The sun's blocking this. Tom's saying, should I just follow my sup plan while I'm there still? Yeah, guys, anyone who trains with me, follow your sup plan at all times. The sup plans that I give out to my guys, my team give out to all of our guys, is pretty much designed to make you function optimally. So not just grow better, not just lose fat better, but to also think better, sleep better, rest better, feel better. Okay, that is what we do. And so if you follow it at all times, you're going to feel much, much better. Okie doke? I'm going to get some of the questions through the Shred community right now. But guys, for those of you who've just joined and you missed the start, what I was saying was, if you're fat over Christmas, your chances are you actually haven't gained terribly much fat over the 2 days of Christmas. So that your Boxing Day, or sorry, your Christmas and your Boxing Day, or New Year's and Boxing Day, New Year's and Christmas, whatever you've done, the chances are you actually haven't gained too much fat. It's very, very hard to gain fat over such a short period of time. What you've got to look at is, have you ruined your digestive health, okay, and have you inflamed your body? If you've done one of those two things, then yeah, you are going to have a little bit of trouble. Rightio. Now, I had a really interesting post today from Emir in the Shred community. It's a really, really interesting one. And he was saying how he's going to do a Veganuary, so vegan January. Now, I don't know why you'd want to do vegan if you didn't have to, but he does want to do it. And he's saying that total meat production demands more than 200 trillion tons of water every year. And that's pretty much 63 million litres a second of water in order to sustain global meat production. Now the thing is, when vegans come out with stuff like this, and by the way, I'm actually pro-vegans. If you want to be vegan, fucking be vegan. I'll support you the whole way. There's no real downside to it. The thing is, it's actually been shown that being vegan will consume more water through the production of food and more energy. It is more energy inefficient than actually having a general, regular, omnivorous diet. Okay, so being vegan actually costs more water, more energy, and all those sorts of things than a meat diet does. Okay, so that's one thing. One little bit of food for thought is that being vegan isn't actually necessarily healthier. There's no distinct health benefit, no distinct environmental benefit. Really, there might be a slight one, but if negligible. To being vegan, there's literally no benefit whatsoever. If you feel better for being vegan and you don't like killing cattle, well, that's your choice. But I tell you what, I grew up on a farm and we ate our cows like my whole life. We ate our cows, ate our chickens, all that stuff. We cooked them, everything. And I'll tell you what, there's a reason that they're put on this earth, and that is to be eaten by us because they're fucking stupid, alright? And they would literally have no place without us eating them. But anyway, so yeah, veganism is not distinctly more environmentally friendly, nor is it better for you. In fact, there have actually been studies coming out now which show that some vegans have higher rates of depression and mental illness than people who are not vegan. Right? I'd be pretty sad if I didn't have steak in my life. Now, Chris has asked us, when sick, are supplements like GABA, 5-HTP, probiotics or anything like this going to have any effect on healing the body or getting rid of the virus? It's a really, really good question. The number one reason we get sick is because we are immunodeficient, because our gut is not happy. The majority of our immune system lies within our gut. If our gut's not happy, yes, we are going to be more likely to get sick. So that's where taking stuff like probiotics, 5-HTP and GABA will assist with sickness, but it's not going to cure it. Once you've got a virus or a bacteria in there which shouldn't be there, or a little bug which has taken hold, right, it is not going to get fixed by doing those things. The best thing you can do once you are currently sick is to rest up, take the supplements, but don't expect them to just get better immediately, all right? You just got to rest it out and then let your body's own immune system do the work for you. In order to prevent it, that's where stuff like GABA, 5-HTP, and probiotics will all massively, massively help, all right? The other thing that you need to do is you need to minimize your use of antibiotics. So antibiotics are absolute killers, all right? They are the pits. They will smash your gut for 6. And the thing is, if you're crook, right, and you take antibiotics, you'll generally get better within about 5 to 6 days. If you are crook and you don't take antibiotics, you'll generally get better within 5 to 6 days. Taking the antibiotics is not going to help you, they're not beneficial, and they're not going to serve you well in the long run. They can massively, massively ruin your digestive system. Okay? Now, Willie Zimmerman, Will's just said to us that his 16-year-old brother had a visit to the family GP, right, and he had some like tenderness in his nipples. And then the GP asked him, he was like, oh, okay, so look, are you going to the gym? And are you taking protein powders? And he said, well, yeah, I'm going to the gym and I'm taking protein powders. And the GP actually singled out whey protein as the cause of the sensitive nipples. The sensitive nipples obviously being a precursor to gynecomastia, which is the development of male breast tissue. And the GPs pointed out the whey protein as the cause of the gynecomastia. Not just regular 16-year-old hormones being a little bit haywire, but he's pointed out to the whey protein as that. Guys, I just want to clarify here right now. Taking whey protein is not going to cause gynecomastia. Taking whey protein is not going to cause any substantial hormonal change. Taking whey protein really isn't going to do terribly fuck all on your body. It's not going to ruin your kidneys, your liver, or any of your organs. The reason being because whey protein is just fucking protein. That is it. That is all it is in the end of the day. It is just protein. Literally just protein. Right? It is nothing fantastic. It is nothing that is going to ruin your life by taking it. It is completely fucking harmless. And that's one thing, when you get uneducated individuals such as this GP, who should know better, spouting all this bullshit, people think, oh my god, whey protein's going to kill me. Much like that poor woman the other day, or a few months ago now, who died from some sort of liver dysfunction. They blamed it on the whey protein. And it's like, come on guys, you fucking idiots. Like, we all know that it's not that. There's yet something else much more serious going on with that. Whey protein is not a killer, right? It will not kill you at all. And the reason being, just because there's no fucking reason why it can't. It's much the same as drinking water, you know, can't kill you, or eating a bloody steak is not going to cause you to have a heart attack the next day after eating it, okay? So drinking whey protein is not going to cause any substantial health issues. Rightio? Now, let's go through some of these other questions. What have we got? Can't see it on here. All my screen's gone down. By the way, I'm sweating like a fucking pig at the moment. Excuse me, guys. This sun is absolutely amazing. Boom, boom. We got Steve Gosden. Welcome to the team, big fella. Right, I actually can't see anything, so I wish I could answer your questions, but I won't. Guys, because I can't see shit and I can't even answer your questions, I might leave it there tonight, alright? But I'm going to be back tomorrow, alright? And we're going to be doing Q&As every single week. We're going to be going from Sunday through to a Friday, okay? So I want you to bring in every single question. And if you want me to talk about a specific topic, let me know and I'll post on it, okay? On that note, I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to sweat up in this sun still because I'm absolutely sweltering. But yes, if you need anything, let Papa Shred know and I'll be here to help you out. Alright? Merry Christmas, guys. It's good to be back and good to have you on here. I'll speak to you soon.